like to welcome the public and the individual council members and department heads to our Lackawanna City Council meeting for December 8th, 2021. It was moved from last Monday. And not a very lengthy agenda, but before we begin the regular meeting, we did have a communication from a citizen. Actually, we received I received maybe 4 communications from individuals indicating they want the city council to pass a resolution condemning the Erie County mask mandate. My position is where I'm grateful that people are taking an interest in this kind of thing. However, if 4 people have spoken their minds, which we respect, we'd have to hear from a lot more than just 4 people, and I'm sure there are concerns on both sides, but we do appreciate the communication, and I suggest we just receive and file it. Anyone else have any comments on that?
I don't believe we should even receive it.
Well, you raised a good issue earlier, Jeff, in regards to the requirements from a communication. And you're right, in reading what you did send, the communications don't qualify actually, but it's on the agenda, and I think we should recognize it, but it's up to the council.
Well, in reference for anyone following, the municipal code states that you have to be a Lackawanna resident and identify your name, address, and if someone's representing you, then the organization that you are representing. So the email that I saw, it did not reference a person's address. I don't know if it was a Lackawanna resident, but following through the thread of what the person submitted something regarding Cattaraugus County, and that person declared that they were very proud that their county voted to make mask mandates unwarranted. By her declaring that it was her county, this is not only is this person not a Lackawanna resident, this person is not even an Erie County resident. So my view is to not even acknowledge that this came forward because it was not following our municipal code. Just my recommendation.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Fred, if we're gonna do it that way, then we'll just move on right past that. We're not even gonna, like Councilman Szymanski said, we're not gonna receive and file it because then it becomes part of the record. So it doesn't exist.
That's fine.
It doesn't exist.
I think that would be appropriate. I would agree with that. I don't know if any of the other council members have a position on it. All right.
I agree with it.
Yeah.
I agree with it too.
Shouldn't even be on.
Yeah, very good. Then we'll eliminate the next 2 items. Approval of minutes and 2 communications from Carolyn, our city controller. Those are administrative. Department head communications. City controller requests to review the attached form RS 402418 standard workday resolution. Excuse me, for employees. Anyone have a position on that? Carolyn, thank you for submitting it. The next item, number 4 on the agenda, again from City Controller, requests council approve attached ordinance transferring $20,000 for the purchase of the 2019 Freightliner dump truck that we approved at November 22nd meeting. Actual cost being $220,000, $20,000 higher than the initial estimate. Anyone have any comments? All right, of course, the item A is the ordinance addressing same. There's a request from Mr. Duda, our city attorney, who's present, to waive the rules to entertain the second portion of that bonding issue that addresses the purchase of the new fire truck. And I think during the regular meeting, what I'd like to do, unless someone has a different idea, is call on Chief Fino, who was present at our meeting via Zoom, just to give a brief rundown as to why it's needed, what the fleet is like, and so on and so forth, for more so for the public's digestion and information rather than ours. Chief Eno gave a great presentation earlier in the week that clarified everything. And Carolyn also came in later on in the meeting and explained what impact, if any, what's the status of our bond rating, which, if I'm not mistaken, Carolyn, is A++, which is really excellent.
It's, yes,
So-
our bond rating is A2.
Yeah, very good. So does anyone have anything to bring up on that issue? All right, if that's the case, then by virtue of the resolution authorizing the Zoom meetings, in that resolution, if I'm not mistaken, it does authorize the city council to proceed directly after caucus to the general meeting. And if there's no objection, we'll proceed then. And I'd like to call to order the regular city council meeting for Wednesday, December 8th, 2021 for the Lackawanna City Council. And I would ask all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the
To
flag of the
the
United States of America,
America,
to the
and to the
republic
republic
for
which
which
stands
stands
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Mr. City Clerk, it's come to my attention that Councilman Ingram will not be attending this evening's meeting. It just came by word actually from Councilman Moretti, so I don't anticipate he's going to participate. But Mr. City Clerk, would you take the roll?
Yes, I will, sir. Council, Samansky,
Here,
Moretti,
Here,
Sirdike,
you're
Speaker's
muted.
on.
You're muted, Kev.
Here,
Morano,
Here.
Department Heads, Law,
Here.
Development, Public Works,
Here.
Public Safety,
Here.
Controller,
Here,
Recreation. Recreation not here. Did anybody hear from him?
I have not heard anything from Director Laxo.
Public Information?
here.
All right, with that, we have no admissible hearings from citizens for this meeting to consider, so we'll move on to the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of November 22nd, 2021, and the special meeting of December 2nd, 2021.
Morano moves to receive and file, adopt the minutes of both meetings as written.
Moretti second.
We have a motion by Morano, second by Moretti, to receive and file, adopt minutes of both meetings as written. Samansky,
Yes,
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
yes,
Morano,
Yes.
carried 4-0. Departmental reports 1 and 2.
Morano moves to receive and file departmental reports 1 and 2 inclusive.
second, Samansky.
We have a motion by Morano, second by Samansky, to receive and file departmental reports 1 and 2. Samansky,
Yes,
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
yes,
Morano,
Yes.
carried 4-0. Communications from Division Department Heads, number 3. City Controller requests the City Council review and approve the attached Form RS 2418 Standard Workday Resolution for Employees, which establishes the standard workday hours for the City of Lackawanna's employees.
Morano moves to approve request.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti, to approve request. Samansky,
yes,
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike, Sirdike,
It looks like his computer may be frozen.
Corey's a great mime.
all right, Morano,
Yes.
all right, how do you want to handle the vote on this?
Kevin, you want to re-vote? We didn't hear you. You froze.
it keeps breaking up. I don't know. All of a sudden, everything goes blank. Yes, I'm voting.
Okay, so that carried 4-0 as well. Number 4, City Controller. Request the City Council approve the attached ordinance transferring $200,000, or I'm sorry, $20,000 for the purchase of a 2019 Freightliner dump truck That was approved at the regular council meeting of November 22nd, 2021. The actual cost is $220,000, which is $20,000 higher than the initial estimate.
Morano moves to receive and file, adopt ordinance as written.
Moretti second.
A motion by Morano, second by Moretti to receive and file, adopt ordinance as written. Samansky,
God bless Hornellsville. Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 4-0. 4A, the ordinance amending the 2021-2022 budget ordinance adopted May 18th, 2021 by increasing the budget code for streets dump truck by $20,000 and appropriating $20,000 of the city's fund balance.
Morano moves to adopt the ordinance as written.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to adopt ordinance as written. Samansky,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Need a motion to waive the rules.
So moved.
Morano seconds.
Motion by Samansky, second by Morano to waive the rules. Samansky,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
I'm gonna vote no, because I think something like this should have been on the agenda instead of waiving the rules. No.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 3-1. The city attorney requests the city council waive the rules and approve the attached bond ordinance for a ladder truck for the fire department, city of Lackawanna.
Morano moves to receive and file, act on bond ordinance.
Moretti second.
So I have a motion by Morano, second by Moretti to receive and file act on bond ordinance. Samansky,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 4-0. The bond ordinance authorizing financing for acquisition of a new fire truck for the city, stating the estimated total cost thereof is $1,200,000, appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $1,200,000 bonds of the said city to finance said appropriation. Complete text of the bond ordinance is on file with the city clerk's office.
As a point of order, I would request at this time that Chief Fino, Chief of the Lackawanna Fire Department, who is present via Zoom, give a little breakdown or a brief breakdown so the public can understand and be made aware of the necessity for this particular investment. Chief Fino?
Thank you. The truck that we're looking to purchase is a 100-foot ladder truck, which would be housed on Abbott Road. Currently, the newest ladder truck we have is a 2006 American LaFrance. That truck has been out for service since the end of June. We had a catastrophic failure with the ladder, and that's in the process of being repaired. And currently, we're using a 1988 ladder truck that we had purchased a couple of years ago as a reserve. That truck at this time is serving us fine, but it also is not up to the standards of a new of the new rules in the laws that are in place regarding safety issues, safety features on these trucks. The truck also would be housed and used throughout the housed on Abbott Road, but used throughout the city to fight fires, carry equipment. I mean, that is basically our truck that we would call like a giant toolbox. The other trucks are smaller. They do not have the capability of carrying all the extra equipment and the larger equipment that we would need as far as extrication goes for maybe a car accident or saws or any of that type of equipment that we may need. Some longer ladders, on that basis. This truck will also impacts the city's ISO rating, which is a rating that the city gets based on the fire department, which affects the homeowner's insurance of every property in the city. And it also affects the commercial insurance rates a little bit more than the homeowner's rates because of the fire protection that we provide. And that the ISO requires a city of our size to have a ladder truck and also a reserve, which would count towards that rating. And the lower the lower the rating goes, the better insurance breaks that the city would get.
Thank you, Chief. Anyone have any questions of Chief Fino?
Yeah, on the question, Chief, you might want to mention that once we get the other ladder truck repaired, we're going to use that as a backup. Is that the plan?
Yes, once the new truck has to be spec'd out, it will be put out for bid. And then it will take approximately 12 to 18 months for them to build that truck and to deliver that to us. Once we do accept that and have delivery of that, then we would sell the 1988 ladder truck and put the truck, our current frontline truck, into reserve. And that would cut down on, obviously purchasing the truck would cut down on maintenance costs and provide better service and safety for the firefighters and the city.
Thank you. One more thing. How are we doing like down the road? We're not going to need any more trucks like in 2 years, 3 years.
No,
Yeah.
we have one pumper that at the time Mayor Szymanski had bought it towards the end of his term. So we have a truck that's a 2020.
Hold on. I didn't buy anything. All right, the taxpayers did, just so you know. I don't have that kind of dough.
Another truck, the truck that was purchased prior to that is a 2013. Those are our frontline trucks. And then the reserves, obviously the reserves are a little bit older, but they are all in working order with no issues.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
President, may I be heard?
Yes.
So, because it is a bond ordinance, I believe I believe we need a super majority, which would be 4 votes. And I wanted to be heard because we're doing this right now for 2 reasons. One is interest rates are relatively low. So we want to take advantage of the financing that's available. That's number one. Number two, at the last board meeting, the board passed a bond resolution, and we're going to be using bond counsel. So we kind of will piggyback the bond for this off the work they're doing on the first bond. So it's really, we're paying one fee for 2 items rather than have to bond it down the road and pay another fee to bond counsel. We're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone and saving the city a few bucks. So we'll save money on attorney fees as well as on interest in the long run. I just want to remind the council, there still is going to be a competitive bidding process. Once the truck goes out to bid, the council will have the option or the right to review the bids and pass the recommendation that's presented by Mr. Fino or the mayor or the city attorney or collectively everyone, based on the needs of what we propose and what we need for the city. So I think the timing is right. And I just wanted to put that out there because it is a good time to save a few bucks. Interest rates are starting to inch up, and they will most likely be higher if we wait till the next budget year in August.
Thank you, Rick. Excellent points. And furthermore, in speaking with our city controller, Carolyn has advised us that Lackawanna's bond rating is solid at A++. So I think that's a good point, and hopefully the public understands that also. Unless there's anything else, Mr. City Clerk, would you call for the roll vote?
Absolutely. I need a motion.
Morano moves to adopt our bond ordinance as written.
Moretti, second.
So a motion by Morano, second by Moretti to adopt bond ordinance as written. Szymanski,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 4-0. Mr. Council President.
Are there any old table items or old business items anyone would like to discuss?
Mr. DeSantis, I'm just curious regarding the Knights of Columbus building that the city purchased. Is the heat on by chance? Because it's now getting to the Arctic levels and it's still radiator heated.
Yeah, we have the heat on it. We have it inspected once a week too. Make
Okay.
sure there's no leaks or no pipe bursts or, right now it's in great condition still on the inside.
Good. How's the snow plowing fleet?
The fleet's great, especially with this new truck now. We'll have probably the best fleet we've had in, I'm gonna say 20 years, if not longer. You know, we have now we'll have 3 tandem trucks, which will cut down on what we need in a city. Those 3 trucks could handle the whole city at one time practically. So our fleet is in great shape.
Good to hear.
All right, anything else?
Yeah, could I bring some, oh, am I interrupting someone? No,
No, go
could I bring
ahead.
something up,
Go
on
ahead.
Cleve?
Councilman Sir, you have the floor.
Yes, sir. On Cleveland Drive, I just was down there today checking it out and there's some of those sinkholes there, so are we gonna have to do the same thing as we did on Milnor and Kiever? As
That's-
far as, you know what I mean, looking down the road?
Yes, that's the plan. That was the block grant money's going towards paving Cleveland for next year. We're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna contact residents. Anybody's lateral collapse, have a problem with it, you know, they're gonna have the opportunity to either get it fixed themselves or we'll have a contractor in.
Yeah.
And we'll do the same thing we did it on Kiever and Milmar.
Looks like there's only one or two maybe, one big hole there, but so hopefully that's it.
We're gonna have them all scoped before the project, because sometimes
Yeah,
there is a collapse and you really don't see it until you see a sinkhole in the grass or in the street. So
right. Oh, good. Okay. It's just something I was thinking about today and when I drove down there and I wanted to bring it up. Thank you.
Along those, Tony, along those same lines, any additional report or update on those streetlights at Sharon Parkway, South Park and Abbott Road, Selma View?
So like we have them ordered, and you know the lead time for the poles is 8 months. So you're not looking at anything happening until probably late spring, midsummer, until we get the equipment in. Unfortunately, we still have that supply chain problem, and that's all we're waiting for. We did get an insurance check for the one accident on Abbott Road. I believe we got $80,000 back for that. So that's where we are.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Anyone else?
Yeah, Fred, I was gonna speak about an incident that occurred involving the fire department, but since Chief Fino's here, I think I'll turn it over to him and I just want to call out a couple firefighters and a great job they did. So Jim, go ahead, take it away.
Thank you. On, I believe it was December the 2nd, we had a juvenile from the Baker Victory facility leave that facility, go to the stadium on South Park and climb up approximately 50 to 60 feet up on one of the light standards there and threatened to jump. The fire department, we did respond. We set up the ladder truck and quickly got up there to retrieve the young girl that was up there without any incident. And the firefighters that were involved specifically in that were Lieutenant Shad Gardner, firefighter Drew Ortega, and firefighter Gabe Tanny. They did a phenomenal job.
Well done.
Our thanks and congratulations, Chief. Thank you.
Yeah, excellent job.
Yeah, excellent. Job well done.
Thank you.
Anything else? If not, then I'm going to make a motion to adjourn. And let's adjourn this meeting in the memory of Eugenio DeSantis, our Commissioner of Public Works, Tony DeSantis's dad, who passed away recently. And we have extended condolences to your family, Tony, especially to your mom and your brother, obviously. Very sad.
Thank you.
I also have two I'd like to add, but Tony, I'm truly sorry. This is the first I heard of it. I don't know why no one told me, but I'm really sorry to hear about your father. He's such a good guy and a veteran too. But I'd like to adjourn in memory of New York State Corrections Officer Jeff Such, fellow class of 93 alum, and former Lackawanna councilman and just overall great guy, Chester Bednarz.
Very good. Anyone else? If not, the motion's on the floor. We need a second.
Second, at all.
Very good.
All right, so I have a motion by Morano, second by et al. To adjourn the meeting in memory of Eugenio DeSantis, Jeff Such, and Chester Bednarz. Samansky,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
All right, thanks, everybody.